Hi, it's Cindy Fodor here, and it's Make It Monday. Excited to show you some paper pumpkin tonight. I typically don't do that, but this month's kit was so beautiful, and I'm so excited. I'm happy for those of you that got it. I'm sad for those of you that didn't. As I was prepping for this today, I had some more on my list, like they had the refills out. And I was like, I know people are going to want this. And I looked just before I went live and realized that they are all gone. So if you didn't get them, I apologize. But I do have some good news about that. And that is that we sell some designer paper that's very similar. And you could do some of the same ideas if you choose to. So it's not all bad, but it is disappointing, I know, if you did not get those. And we don't have, in my opinion, any good Christmas kits this year. Nothing that I like anyways. I think the elf one must have been popular because we ran out of it, and it's unorderable right now. It's supposed to be coming back. I don't know if it will be back in time for Christmas or not, but anyways, so let me just make sure that we are coming through okay. I'm nervous. I did check my sound, but now because I did the last time and it didn't work, it makes me nervous. So let me just make sure that we're coming up here. There we go. Our sound turned off, and so pop on, say hello, let me know that you're here. Couple of things before I start. Number one is today is the last day that you can get in on my Happy Holidays Stamps in the Mail class. And so some of the projects I gotta try to get where there's not terrible light. Wow, that looks awful. You know what? I'm just going to flip over to my other screen and show you, because otherwise it could be crazy. So some really gorgeous cards using the Happy Holidays bundle includes the punch. So you can purchase just the products, the original class. I think it's $39. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you. Hi, Laura. Or if you don't have the bundle, then of course you can add that as well. So tonight's the last night that you can get in on that. And I just have a limited amount of those left. And let's see, what else? Let me get back over here to my other screen. Yes, there was something else I wanted to tell you. Did I write that on my notes? Well, you know what? It'll come up. I'm sure I'll remember it as we go. Hi, Barbara. Oh, I know what it was. The winner of the card for last time, I told you that if you wanted the card, you could just say, put me in the drawing. And if you did, I put your name in there. And so the winner of that is Barbara Brocker. So she wins that card. I don't have a countdown tonight because we didn't get to another 1,000. So maybe next week, right? Maybe next week we'll have another countdown prize. All right. And don't forget, for those of you who are customers, every $50 this month, and that ends October 31st, every $50 gets you in the drawing for a mini Stamp and Emboss machine. So, got you excited, Barbara. Yes, I'm sure it did. Sorry. Oh, all right. Okay, well, I'm going to flip over here and we're going to get started. I have some fun projects. I didn't put them all together, and I so can't wait to see them put together. So join me in the excitement. So just out of curiosity, how many of you got this paper pumpkin kit this month? I would love to know who has this. And then maybe put whether you've worked on it yet. So this is what it looks like when you first take it open. Those things are usually packaged in. Of course, it has this really nice stamp set with Check the Trees Out. Love it. Has some great sayings. It has some snowflakes and shaded spruce ink spot. Hi to Lara. Okay, Barbara, you got the kit. And then, of course, this is all fake because I have everything out of here. So, and I can't even get it up because it's not sticking up. And then, of course, these are the cards. And they're very pretty. They're very sedate. We're going to step them up a little bit tonight. Hi, Nancy. Oh, good. You were just working on yours. So I'm going to show you a couple of stepped up ideas and a way to possibly extend if you want more really pretty cards. And Nancy, speaking to you, I have a stamp set here from the yard sale that has your name on it, and I need to get that to you. Yeah, I'm not sure why I haven't yet, but yeah. So, okay. So what I'm going to do, and I definitely stole this idea, but I think it's a good one. And I was playing with it a little bit. So, you have, well, let me go back to this. Let me pull out this sheet. So you have the green card and you have the tree, the gray tree card. So for the green card, I'm going to just pull that out a second. I'm going to show you how one of the green tree cards would look. So here you have your green card base. And then you have your piece of like a buffalo check in the shaded spruce and black. Okay, Laura, you haven't started yours yet. And then you have your vellum tree. And then you have your little wood grain basic gray piece. Of course, you know, you pop all these up. And then your cherry cobbler piece. And then your silver Noel. And it's a very, very cute card. So if you want to pop that up a little bit, you could take some of the silver foil and you could place that behind here if you want and get just a little more pizzazz. You see what that adds to that? Just makes it a little bit fancier. Now, of course, I would never put that whole piece of silver behind there. That's way too much wasted silver. So I would take my cutter and see if I can get this in the screen here. I would put this at 1/2 inch over here on this side and set my blade. I can't see this from this angle, so I'm going to tilt it up here. And I'll set this at 1/2 inch, which is about right there. And I'll bring it down to 1/2 inch from the bottom. And then I will just keep turning that, putting it on the 1/2 inch mark and making a little rectangle. Let's see, 5 1/4 down to 4 3/4 and then up to the cutting line. I don't have to measure that last one now because it's already been measured. Now we'll do, if that guy would stay up there, 3 1/2 up to the line. And then again, back to the 4 3/4 up to the line. And I'm just using this little mark on the side, if you can see that, to guide me to the right mark. Of course, I'm using this side because the measurements are over here. And then I have all of this to use for other pieces, and I'll show you what I'll use that for in a minute. All right, so now this can go behind here and not be completely wasted. Okay. All right, so that is just the stepped up version. Now, suppose I take this and I can get 5 of these cards out of the set, but I really like this green and I want to get more cards. Now, these are the beautiful envelopes that come with it, but what if I took 5 of those envelopes and cut them and used them for a card? Check this out. This is the front of this envelope. Okay. I cut this part off. I cut this part out of the front. I'm going to layer that on another piece of silver and pretend I cut the center of that. I'm not going to glue it down until that's done. And then I can just take a white card base and place that on here and take one of my white envelopes, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to stamp this. I was going to say, did I not bring my block in? Let's see. I did have the stamp set here. So I'm going to pull the tree out and just pop it on there. And then I will just ink that. And I did play with the stamp first because I really wanted it to take a lot of ink. So I inked it and then I just rubbed it really good on my paper. And then I re-inked it again. And I'm using, this ink spot is sort of nice for this because it really puts, you can rub it a little bit and make sure you're roughing up that surface to get that ink really, really filled on there. And I'm hoping, oops, that I have another white envelope here. And somewhere, here we go. I'm going to just ink that again because the ink is starting to separate on there. Did you see how that was working? It was separating already. And just give it a second to jump off of the stamp and go all onto the paper. And there you go. Okay, how pretty is that? I'm just going to wash this really quick so that I don't make a mess. And I want to switch over to another stamp. And it says from our home to yours, I believe. And if you want to use the same color, you can. However, you could grab your cherry cobbler ink pad if you have one, or an ink spot that you may have gotten, and you could add that to this so that it's a little bit different. Like I did on this envelope, I did cherry cobbler for the saying, but you can certainly just use the green as well, and then stamp your envelope so that you still have a coordinating envelope. And excuse me, let me show you what I did. Remember I told you I cut off the flap of this envelope? Here's what I did with it. I glued it to the inside of this. So I actually licked the white envelope, laid this down, and then I did add some glue down here. You'll see a cut mark there just because I was being uncareful when I was first doing it. So make sure you cut this flap off before you start chopping this front part up. Okay, the nice thing is I didn't cut anything off. This actually is the same shape almost as our envelopes are. You'll see that a little bit of the green shows out here, so it's just got a little hint of more of a curve, but I still thought that was cool because then you've got a little bit of green showing as well on the outside. Okay, and then to finish up this card, we can take the pieces that were meant for this card and we can pop them on here. But I'm going to change something up. Now I would put this on with dimensionals, and I love that this has the matching, you've got the matching plaid as the envelope. Okay, and this tag is a little bit long for just this piece. Now it looks perfect on here because it has that long piece of gray wood grain. It's perfect for that one, but I think it's a little too long for this one. Now you could offset it. There's a bunch of fun ways you could play with it. You could offset it and you could put a bow here, which is how they sort of did in the sample. But I decided I'm going to just shorten it a little bit and pop that up on there so that just a little bit less is coming out. Another way that I saw this done was to just put this under here like a, what do you want to call it? Like an award tag or something like that. Now this definitely needs popped up, as you can see, but a lot of ways you can use those little simple little tags. Okay, so that's one card. Now, another idea that you can use is, let me put that one aside. So those are your 2 green cards. And if you take those and use an extra 5 card bases, you will have 10 cards instead of 5 out of those. So that's what I'm trying to show you, is how you can get 20 cards instead of 10. All right. So that makes 10 there. And then, let me just put that aside. Then we have this card, which is gorgeous trees. This is just like our peaceful designer paper. And, but it's too pretty. Like, this is the front and a back of a card, and it's too pretty to waste. So what I did was I cut that down, and I cut that into 2 cards. Again, I added silver in the background here, but I want to show you another way that you can make it different, but wouldn't have to be as costly. The reason being, I thought I was so smart adding this silver and figuring out the cost of it and everything, and then I realized that we don't even sell just silver foil anymore. We only sell the silver foil that has 2 pieces of purple in it and then 1 silver. So it just wouldn't be as cost effective, but I figured I'm going to still tell you that because, excuse me, many of you still have silver foil that you could probably use, and you wouldn't have to worry about that. But I do want to show you how cool it looks if you take a piece of basic gray and layer this just without the foil on the basic gray. I'm going to show you how to make this piece and add that to your card, and how gorgeous that is. It pops it up a bit. You still get 4 pieces because you have this piece and this piece. All right. So now instead of 5 cards, you have 10 cards. I hope that makes sense. All right. I will post pictures of all of this in case you're struggling to follow me. Just because I'm trying to show you this without gluing everything together, because I want to show you the original and also the next part. But I don't want to glue them together because I want 20 cards out of my kit, not 10. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. You could also add your silver and your basic gray if you wanted still a pop of color and you prefer that to white. And this is even cool if you made this a little longer and did it at a diagonal. I love diagonal stuff. So there's an idea as well. Now, I didn't add any of the embellishments yet, but I figure you guys know what to do with that. And what did I do with them? I had them laying here. There's little, yeah, here they are. Cute little gems. They're real glittery looking, and I want to say they're iridescent, and so they're really pretty. And of course, you might need more since you're making 20 cards, but you could easily grab some rhinestones and have the same effect. They would be just as pretty with the gorgeous snowflakes in the paper. Okay, so there you go. You've got either basic gray or your white background. I think they both look nice, whatever you choose. And then if you want to do, of course, use up the pieces that you have here, you could add those to your card. Instead of cutting this down, I'm just going to go ahead and use the same one. So you could just put this here, add a touch of green, add your red and this, and you'd still have a cute card, and you have, of course, your green and your red coordinated in with your card. Now, I did stamp, let's see, I have more hair somewhere. I did stamp the Merry Christmas on here. It looks really nice from the stamp set. Peaceful Christmas Wishes is another one. Really great stamp set. Like, it's almost worth the money if you didn't get the cards with it. And yeah, I know I stamped one. Did I show? Oh, I showed you that one. I'm sorry. That was on this other card. But anyways, you could see the idea there. Now, of course, I pulled in Cherry Cobbler to add to this, which you don't have to do. But, you know, sometimes when you have it, you just have to use it, right? All right, so you can do that idea. Or I want to go back to the Merry Christmas that I showed you. I did pull in a different stamp set for that because I wanted something long. The other gal used a different Noel. Of course, you know, we used the Noel, the die cut Noel for this card, okay, which is the basic card. So when I got to this, the Noel would look beautiful on here, okay, if I did that, which you could certainly choose to do. That would look beautiful on there. But because I want it for the other cards, I wanted something different for here. So I pulled out this set, and I love, love, love this font. And so I did the Merry Christmas from here, from Heartfelt Wishes. All right. And I embossed that with silver. And yeah, and just popped that on with some silver. Now, again, if you're going to go with the gray, then you may not want, and you want to skip the whole silver thing. You could just use a touch of silver here if you want. You still have the silver snowflakes on your paper. And again, if you don't have paper pumpkin and you're using your Peaceful Place designer paper, you'll have the same thing. So you could do this just with the red across here and totally skip the silver, and look how pretty that looks. Okay, I'm going to lay the Noel on here just so that you can see how pretty that is. So that would be another way that you could do that. Okay. Let's see. I think that was it. So because I cut this card in half, I now have 10 card fronts instead of 5. All right. So, of course, you're going to have to add about a half a pack of cardstock. You could use basic gray or basic white. And then you will add, I believe I figured 30, let's see, 20 cards, 10, 20. You got 10 envelopes, so you need another, and we're using 5 of them for cards. So you would need you would need 15 envelopes to finish your cards. All right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Now, this is the rest of the stuff that I haven't even touched yet. So these are the other card fronts, the other envelopes, and all the little pieces that I went ahead and pulled out. I can't, when I work with a set, everything has to come out first just because I want to be able to grab it. I didn't pull this last one out just because I wanted to show you how really simple everything comes out. And if you haven't tried Paper Pumpkin yet, you know, a lot of people will say, well, it's very basic. Well, you know, some of them are, some of them aren't. This one is very simple. They kept it fairly simple, and I love just how they are. But again, when I see this, when I see design on the back of a card, I can't take it. I can't have design on the back of my card just because I want to use it on the front. So that's just me. Of course, if you love sending a card that looks completely finished all around and you want to just use your kit as is, you go for it and enjoy it. Yeah, if you want to make a few more, then just do as I'm showing you here. Now, of course, this piece does have to get cut down, and I'm just going to show you that really quick. Let me get rid of this. I'm gonna just flip this over so that you can see from the inside. It's a little easier to see. I basically cut about a 1/2 inch off of each side. Now that was so that I could layer it with silver, and you could definitely make it a little bit bigger if you wanted to, because I do have a nice border. Now, of course, the pieces that I cut off are still really pretty, and I could use them to accent the inside. I think I left those layout there, and I meant to bring those in. But you could bring that in and coordinate it on the edge of your card here, so that as you open the card, of course, you're going to have either a white or a gray card, depending on what color you choose. But as you open that, then you could have a piece of designer paper in here or down here, and it would coordinate with your outside as well. So, hope that makes sense. Like I said, I'm not showing you a lot of stamping tonight, but I just wanted to show you how to get the most out of your paper pumpkin kit. I do want to tell you, again, if you jumped on late, if you didn't get the kit this month, I apologize, they are gone. They were up today. I don't know if they just came up today, but I had them on an order, and I was holding it off because I needed to order a few more things and work on some stuff, and yeah, I missed out, so I totally didn't get any refills. But I did buy a couple extra kits. If you're really dying to do this, I might be able to spare one. But anyways, yeah. So I will tell you, next month's is just, it looks like it's just gift ideas. They have pictures online, so check that out. Not my forte, so I will probably be, pausing it, or maybe just getting one just to play with and, see if there's any fun ideas to come up with. But anyways, hi Kelly, hi Barbara. Thanks for joining. I'm glad you like the ideas. Again, I'm going to finish putting these together, and then I will post a picture so that you can copy them if you like. And yeah, so again, the measurements basically on this front piece would be 3 3/4 by 5. So just if you were wondering about how I cut this one and the one for the envelope, not that one, that's the one's already cut. Excuse me. The one with the tree. Let me find him. This one with the tree is 3 3/4 by 5. All right. And then the silver underneath is 4 by 5 1/4. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining me. I hope that you'll pop back next week. I hope if you're on my team, you'll join us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for our Zoom call. The link will be in our group, Joyful Heart Stampers Mastermind, and in your emails. And we're going to have lots more fun ideas tomorrow. And yeah, I think that's all that I have today. So talk to you later. Bye-bye.